and with some cards that you like. You're not crazy or dumb. Do you just want some validation? Like someone tell you it's okay to play this deck? It is. The most important question is, are you having fun? And I think you are, because you told me you like Compass, and you have the Compass, and you found Yurden, and you're like, oh, I love this card. Yeah, man, go wild. The best times I've ever had in gaming have always been when I was just a total noob, doing all the wrong things, and just like discovering stuff and having a blast. Just do that. Don't read meta reports. Don't net deck. Don't what. Just go out there and do nonsense. Like my favorite. I played World of Warcraft for I don't know how many years. Like my slash play could be measured in human years. Okay. And did stuff like I rated with you know, top 25 in the world guilds. I rated with casual guilds. I did PvP arena. I did lots of stuff, right? Got server firsts, realm whatever. Played competitively, played casually. Like by far, the most fun memories I have of World of Warcraft are when me and two of my Age of Empires buddies just started playing the game just as a joke, as a meme. We were just like, let's play this game where you micro one unit on one front. And because we were like RTS snobs, right? And just like running around in the Barrens, and one of them was a hunter. He would do just jump spins the whole time and talk about, look at my micro, look at my micro. And, you know, and I was playing a mage, and the other guy was a priest, and I was making food and water. Like, it was just, you know. But, like, we went into Ashenvale, which is the region north of the Barrens, and it's a contested zone. It's like the first contested zone that you go to if you're on that path. I was an undead mage. And there, you know, it was Orc Hunter and Troll Priest. And we're going to Ashenvale, doing quests, and we're following the road, and we like see like this town, or like we're just following the main road, and then we're like, oh my god, they're shooting at us, and we see like some units. We click on them, and they have skulls and weird borders around their portraits. Like, oh my god, it's Alliance! We found the Alliance, and we were like scared, like we're running away, and like I'm blinking, and you know my buddy's like using aspect of the cheetah, but he gets dazed, and like. We're like, oh wow, that's our first PvP. Holy crap, those guys must have been really high level. They wrecked us. I mean, those. Later we found out those are just NPCs. It's just a town. We walked into a town that the guards shot us because the road goes through the damn Alliance town. Okay? But like, that's one of my most fun memories. Not like server first kill Jaden and getting a legendary bow, or like winning a tournament, or anything like that. It's like when we were complete idiots. When we like the sense of wonder, like we were talking the music, and then suddenly like fucking elves from the trees are shooting at us. Holy shit, I didn't even know you could get up there. Wow, what an ambush. So, you do you, man. Good job. Have fun. Later, when you get bored, jaded, and like whatever with the game, and you decide you want to play like an optimized deck or whatever, come back. We'll tell you how to make it. Like, this is not it. But this looks like a fun deck, and just play cards you like that are fun, and don't let anybody make you feel bad for playing the clown cards or purple igni or whatever. Like, just have fun, man. Okay. I guess not. I guess I'm gonna queue ladder till we run into double cross. this the cat content you want? Can I play?
You need people like me.
What's going on? Mafu Layer, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. You guys seeing this? Oh, okay. Weird bug. A Mulligan Incubus in round 1. Again, I'm not playing Assimilate, so I'm not going to send these away, but a Mulligan Necro round 1. You can keep this if you think you're going to go long and they're going to play Erendite on you. I don't want 2 of these. And usually I run Curse Scroll, but I guess for this deck I made Crystal Skull to have easier time in round 1. I don't know if I'd still stay with that, but... There's like a sunbeam on us, so I apologize for the weird lighting. Oh. He likes putting his cheek on my hand. I mean, I'm not sure which one is better, to be honest, because like with Curse Scroll, you can't do what I just did, right? Like, and like, technically this saves me a leader charge. Yeah, we get 1 less point of on Regis, but a leader charge can sometimes make the often does make a difference between your flutter living and dying. So. And also, like, look at the tempo now, right? Or the points, like, it makes it easier to win round 1. I play this because it will trigger that. And my opponent's not committing a lot. He's playing low tempo stuff, so I assume he's passing. And so I'm just, you know. This is a card that is good in a long round. And kind of has to be answered. Because it's basically a mini Oriana. Or a Regis that's on the board that keeps growing. Okay, he did that because he has the flutter. It's annoying, but it is what it is. And then now he should pass. He wants this in his graveyard so that later when he plays it from the graveyard, he can do damage. I can see he's got a sunset. Always look at your opponent's deck to see where their sunset is at, or that they have one. And you can often get them to pass before their sunset reaches the far right, because that's when it comes out of their deck. Thank you, Mafu. You can see more pictures of him here. I don't really want to play another flutter right now. I definitely don't want to play this because I don't have Sabbath in hand and I lost my Oniromancy. He might have another Gutting Slash like the one he played. doubt it. Most people don't keep 2 Guiding Slashes in hand. But if he kills this, he kills it. Still, like, the only way to boost this when it spawns is either by playing Unseen Elder before it spawns or having weather effects. Are you kidding me? Wow. Ugh. Look how much value the Garcane's getting. Where's his sunset at now? Which bet? Snake? No, no, no. The bet's over. It was like with it was. I said, what if I get this MMR today? But since a lot of people would come and ask about the bet, that's why it's in the command. I mean, he's like to be honest, I had no idea it was gonna like. I didn't think it was gonna be close. I didn't think it was gonna be a. Anyway, it was a lot stronger than he expected. So my work is really done, if I'm being honest. So he's committed his sunset. I'm committing my flutter. The second flutter. And the fact that he had to use a harpooner and rain and a leader charge to kill the last one that was at 4 power confirms 100% to me that he doesn't have a Guiding Slash. Or anything else that can remove the 6. You definitely don't want to have just one tall flutter because that could get Moshcraft or Heat Waved or whatever. So I was definitely not safe. Like, I don't bank on this 17 points as like guaranteed. He's playing his Mushy Truffle, which is a big commitment. That's a 10 provision card, and it means he won't have it in round 3. Another little trick you can do with Sabbath is like when you see a card like Bear Abomination that's doomed, you can use Feast of Blood on it. Now it's not doomed. It won't disappear when it leaves the graveyard. It will regain doomed in the graveyard, but it will be there. And when you Sabbath, this takes precedence over something else like this. Or like if he had like a Raider or something, or he might get this instead of a Hafru, which is good for you. Plus, in this situation, like there wasn't a better target to do that too. He has a Peller. He doesn't want to pass, but he's losing 2 points here, and so I'm gonna pass. Yeah. Like, how does he get 16 points? Like, 2 from the rain. Yeah, Moshcraft. When you see a play like that, either they do it because they're bad, right? Or they have an answer to your tall unit. If they're bad, you should pass and let them go down 2 cards. If they have an answer, you should also pass, because if you commit something important, then he Moshcraft, and now you've traded, like, your Sabbath tutor for a Moshcraft that he was going to have to play anyway. Now he's played it in return for the opportunity to 2-0 me, but he's never going to 2-0 me. Right? I have Sabbath, I have Regis, and my decree is Unseen Elder. Or Defender, I guess. I could have mulliganed Sabbath, to be honest, since I have Elder in hand, but it's also a Teshem with no card. Here I'm going to play Incubus. Now normally you don't do this in a Sabbath deck, but this deck has Necromancy, if I remember correctly. Yes. So I give him a flutter, give myself a flutter. Wait, what is it? 1000 IQ play? The purifying the bear? Yeah. Can you guys hear like a lawnmower in the background? So the reason I said it's important, I'm only incubusing because I have necromancy, is because if he had passed, right, and not tried to 2-0 me like he's doing now, and we went to the next round, when I Sabbath, I was going to get an incubus instead of, you know, a flutter or whatever. But when you necromance, I could necromancy the incubus out, which gives it doomed, but also like moves it out of the graveyard, so it no longer blocks my flares from coming out. Now, given that he's committed, I'm gonna commit to. Well, actually, what's in my graveyard? There's a Necrorat, 2 flares. If I want to be really greedy, I can Oriana and Leader twice, but I think it's just better to Sabbath here. So he gets like 3 6s, including the bear. Now looking at this, these are like near death, so I'm actually going to do this. Use 1 leader charge first, so these get 3 boosts each, and then click that. I probably should have put the 3 on here and the 2 over there. The reason you want the 2 on this is because, again, this deck has Tesham Witness Sword, which we can use to do 10 damage. And now I'm wasting 1 point of lead, and when I kill this, my Regis will lose a point. I'm doing the math right now. Killing that is -10 for him, and he loses another 2. Oh, sorry, -9 and 2, 11. 11 would put me at 33, which is not enough. I think I have to Oriana. Oriana refreshes this. So now, oh yeah, I'm more than there. If anything, Oriana's overkill, but Oriana's not good in a short round. What do you mean, leader? Hey, Air Black. How's it going? Hey, Jonah. Awesome, Jarvie. Yeah, thank you. Do you have like a standard assimilate double cross deck, Jarvie? Oh, sword and leader? But it was my last leader, so I didn't want to use it. I'm going to use this to necromancy out an incubus and get myself another flutter and give him a target. And then I'm going to use this to copy the flutter. And then I guess I use this to boost both flutters. No, I don't have... This is better, actually. That's why I have necromancy in this deck. For the little short round situations like this. I prefer not to give up the tome, because a tome can be any of these spells, right? It's very flexible. Now it sucks because now he's gonna get to play 2 cards in 1 turn, but there's not a lot you can do about it. If you set up their graveyard, necroing Incubus is always way better than necroing a Flutter, because this gives you a target also. There's a new Twitch front page? I mean, it was always shitty. It's not that different to me. Looks the same. How did you kill it? Decoction? Are you serious? Wow. Well. The game pitch, huh? This is dead Macroscope. The good news is this will still be 3 bleeding because we have Ekimara. Megascope is going to be 6 points, which is not bad. He'll play something, I'll feast it, and then I'll play Unseen Elder, and then I'll play Regis last.
I suppose. And the end.
This happens to be the correct thing to feast. He still can't compass. He never played Burna. So I'm guessing Burna's in his hand. I'm hoping Burna's in the deck. And he just missed it. That would be the best case scenario for us. Notice that I used that on the 6 because it's 3 plus 3. And this 4 I'm leaving for Elder. Elder will also apply 2 to a target that isn't bleeding. So it's good that this is running out. Be careful, combi. You're saying I should read just before Elder? Is that even... Yeah, I guess Regis is 23 points. If it was gonna combi, he wouldn't play this from hand. And he can't. He doesn't have... He's got 5 cards in deck. He can't combi yet. Unless you're saying he has combi, like, in hand. Is that possible? If he's got combi in hand, then more power to him. He gets the win. Like... Doesn't... Yeah, he missed Burna. That's what I thought. That's what I was saying. I hoped he missed Burna. Because he has Coral on this 5, and I looked in the graveyard, there was no Burna. This is a fat Regis. My Regises usually aren't this big, but... If he has combi and a skirmisher, yeah, it's not enough. Now you Fukusia? Why did he play Moshcraft from hand instead of just Fukusaing first for more rain? I guess he didn't want to rain this draw. He really wanted to kill like another Flutter or something. He was saving it for an engine. 24-point Regis. Giga Chat. Nothing you play is going to change the outcome of the game. I guess unless you have Censor. Oh my god, if he has Censor. And like the correct move was actually to discard the Regis. Awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to point out like as much as I can. There's a lot of stuff I don't talk about when I'm just playing, because... I would say you suck. I would say you're not good at the video. Like, you're not... You're not... You're worse than average or whatever. Like, suck implies that there's something wrong with it. I guess I suck at being an athlete too, but it's not a... Okay. Oh yeah, it's assimilate. So we want to mulligan Necrats. And if you're using Curse Scroll, Necrats are perfect things to put at the bottom of the deck because they'll keep coming back and you'll still want to play them. That being said, I have played Necrats and won against Assimilate in desperate situations. I'm not, because again we have Crystal Skull in this deck. I'm not gonna leader, because when I Sabbath, I'm gonna need to leader the first 2 turns after I Sabbath. Obviously, I don't want to leave a 4-power Flutter on the board. So if it was Curse Scroll, I still would leader, but given that I have the option of not leadering first turn, I will do this. And I'm gonna apply leader to this in case I decide to Feast of Blood Calvi. Yep. Trying to optimize Regis is the best way to lose games as a vamp player. Like to the detriment of other things.
Do I enjoy torture? Perhaps. A bit.
I'm creating like 4 flutters. And I haven't applied leader because I expect him to pass here. Usually somebody will pass. Well, he can remedy one out. He can, you know, Yenvo one. So he's choosing to fight or to stay in. So now, and I'm not playing Feast of Blood because Feast of Blood gives him a Lydia target that purifies your defender. I'm playing this one. Horde Gork? Just check the report here. This is the Team Elder Blood meta report. Will tell you what the popular decks are at the moment. Also, here's a 1-page guide we've made for new and returning players with the links to a bunch of resources. Now, that's one more flutter than I honestly should have created. I just had Megascope. You definitely mulligan the squirrel. You don't want it. You mulligan the Necrat that came back again. But because I have Necromancy and 2 leader charges, I can do this. This time, we leader the flutter. We want this to die because at some point he'll be able to either Diplo or Bribery or leader charge a thing that can bleed. And we'll start growing the flutter. So you wanted this to die. Not enough to like waste a second leader charge on it for 1 HP, probably. But the other thing you want to do, as he's quickly showing me, is get this fucking thing out of your graveyard. And this does that. Necromancy has a ton of utility. Here I am willing to put a leader charge on a 1-power flutter because A, it's a good chance he's going to truffle it, and B, I have this ticking for my Regis anyway. So, what was I saying? Necromancy has a lot of other uses. Like, for example, if there was a Duchess Informant in your graveyard, you could Necromancy the Informant and copy your own flutter from the opponent's side of the board. You can Necromancy a Peller and a Squirrel also. And Necromancy, getting stuff out of the graveyard is really important versus Nilfgaard. So it's like actually a good thing that I don't have Defender on the board. So I'll ask you this: what card would you play here next, Red Fawn? Ignoring the fact that he just played Unseen Eldritch. Forget that. If he hadn't leadered just now, what card would you play next? Dan would play Ori. Red, you would play Oriana? Okay, you're both wrong. You play Garking. But because you played Unseen Elder, you put that bleed on, because this thing needs to die as soon as possible. If you put Ori down, he still has another Mage Torturer that he hasn't played. He would give it Spying. Then he will coup it. Then he would Artod it. He gets 3 Orianas. Each Oriana, the first one, applies 2 bleeds, so it's 4 plus 2, 6 plus 4. So the first Oriana is 10 points. The second Oriana is 13 points. And the third Oriana is like 17 points. Something insane. Hey guys, here comes U20 again. With a bunch of free game keys. First person to redeem it gets it. These are, I assume, from Steam. There's a Road Trip, Puzzle of the Year, and Adling Adventure. Grab them! Go claim them! There's not enough space for 3 in the back row. What are you talking about? 3 in the back row. Oh. Well, yeah, but that's because the opponent got unlucky and is Pepega. I have bleeds on, so I play Garcane here. Again, the longer I can get him to not have bleed givers, the better it is for me. And every vampire that I get on the board. Yeah, and then see, he has to get, like, he's gonna have to start playing his cards. Every vampire I get on the board will help my Oriana apply 1 additional bleed. Now, he obviously envoed 1, but this is gonna die. This is so unfortunate. That was like he kind of got lucky with that Elder because he YOLO'd it. He hasn't played Brothans, he hasn't played Vigo, so he can informant this. But he already used Yenvo. Alright, I'm on Oriana. My other option was this. If he had played his like Brothans and his Vigo or an Informant already, then I would Necrorat. Just guys, go to gwentdata.com and you can see all of that in actual data. Instead of like somebody saying their opinion and somebody else disagreeing, blah 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 blah. Like gwentdata.com tells you the play rate and win rate of all the factions in the top 100, 200, 500, whatever you want. Okay, what did my opponent play? Played Joachim into Blightmaker. So we know that the cards in his hands have to be higher than 6 provisions. He could have a Lydia. But I feel like if he had a Lydia, he would have played it by now. So I'm guessing he doesn't run Lydia. I don't think he has Heatwave. That leaves Ku, which he did not play in round 1. Artaud, Brothans, that's 3 cards. What else? Mival? This season? I don't even know, like 24 something. But last season it was 25. 25 is what I ended with. Always put Elder to the left of Oriana. The reason I don't play the Necrorat yet is 1, this is an engine for Oriana and applies 4 bleeds and opponent has 4 cards. That's always a good thing to look at. Like Oriana applied 5 bleed, I played it with 5 cards left. This is 4, I played with 4 left, right? Oh, that's... He doesn't have another Mage Torture. Now he gets it. But he can't coup anymore, so that's really good for us. He'll be able to Artaud one of these. And he's going to be able to Brothans my Necro... Actually, no. What I'm going to do... Too bad this is 5. If this was 3, I'd kill it with Regis. He doesn't have another Illusionist. You can play Regis early. It's something you don't think about, but you often should. Because, like, sure, it's you lose 2 points on it, but not giving him a Brothans target might be worth it. So the next play he's going to make is easily Brothans. But this doesn't really matter. Sorry, not Brothans, but Artaud, because he's given this spying. So he wants to play that as soon as he can. So I just play this, and then when I play Regis, it will trigger this. The reason I didn't want to give him sooner is because if he plays Brothans now and copies it, he applies 2 bleeds, and then when he plays Unseen Elder, he refreshes the cooldown. But given that this applies a 4 bleed, I think I'm fine. And also he played Truffle, so he's not Devotion. Oh yeah, anybody, yesterday we had people give some away and somebody said they wanted one. Guys, Zero is giving out a free keg. Oh, it's pass worth it here. Instead of playing Elder? Dan? Or instead of playing Necro. You were right. Oh my god. For some reason I thought this was round 3. Pass was absolutely worth it before playing the Necrorat. Now I gotta think, am I gonna get ahead? 1, 2, 3, 4. I do have like 3 Fletters. But I also have like good shit. No leader charges left. And there is a Necrorat for me to res. Yeah, with the Truffle? Yeah. I think I pass here because I boost enough. And I have an Oriana and he doesn't. And I have a lot of bleeds. Plus Regis is better in a short round. The fact, he messed up a lot of ways. I'll tell him all the stuff he did wrong. Afterwards. When he comes back on the stream. There you go, guys. If anybody wants a Ultimate Keg and a premium card, grab the code that U20 just shared and go to gog.com/redeem and get you a free keg. He bribery an Oriana? Yeah. So now I know he has Brothans left. He can pass, but it would have been funny if he couldn't. No, he can't! GG. He should have spent more time calculating. Like, lots of people play Brothans against me in round 1 and still win. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it necessarily if you have other ways of playing. You want to do I mean, you can redeem a friendly game if you want. Okay, let's see what this opponent does. And how he fucks me over. Mulligan this. Also, yeah, I didn't see any Diplos from you or Remedies. I guess I Sabbath instantly and then I Necroed after you played Truffle. But, Tick... Yeah. You made three big mistakes. Yenvoing the Flutter, not cooing the Elder, and not saving your own Elder that you got from Double Cross. Like, even the Double Cross was a little iffy because it was, like, not guaranteed to get Elder. Winter Queen is usually used with Frost because you don't really run Red Riders or Ardgate in other decks, with some niche exceptions. It's better than Roach, and also if you're playing Frost, you're usually playing Devotion. Okay, this guy may not be a best example to follow on how to beat monsters, but that's kind of nice for him in some ways.
Can get explosive around here.
Am I getting milled? I needed to, like, apply some bleeding at some point. Okay, that tells me he doesn't have Joust. If he had Joust, he would have hit it. So now I know for the rest of this round. Okay. Don't do that. This is the last game I'm playing with Vamps. Yeah, Dolesh Hauser. That was very kind of them. And welcome to the chat. Good to see some new names. Especially when I'm shrinking and melting like this. Just seeing if the MMR thing works anymore. Probably doesn't. Same deal as before. I'll mulligan this. I don't think Pelor is useful. I mean, they might play the Rupture dude, but it's just... Moshcrafty. Hey, man. Yeah, it's still like it's showing the MMR for last season. So I gotta talk to Andre and see if he can hook us up with something for this season. This matchup, I'm gonna do what I did last time. Save me a leader charge. Skellige doesn't have anything that can do 6 damage, right? I mean, aside from Decoction, which Reckless Flurry shouldn't be running. At least not on turn 1. Or 2. Cutting Slash is 4. The other thing is 5. So if he plays Highland Warrior and then I boost to 6 and he wants to use a Stunning Blow, he can, but I don't think they run 2 Stunning Blows usually. Oh, fuck me. I don't have a Flutter in hand. I forgot. This is very bad. Delirium? Delirium won't kill a Flutter that I spawn here, but... I get what you're saying. So, when you're in a situation like this where you don't have Flutters, but let's say this becomes a long round one and you need to win it, Oriana is your best friend. Oriana has really good synergy with Necrats and Garcanes. As long as he's playing shit like Squirrel, I'm gonna play shit like Garcanes. Not that I think he has lemons, because he played Squirrel, but... Maybe I should play faster. And then threaten a tempo pass so he doesn't have as much time to discard. In round 1 on red coin. But situations like this is why usually you run Curse Scroll with this deck. Because you would just, you know, you would put one of the Garcanes at the bottom of the deck and grab a Curse Scroll. Be careful with Curse Scroll. It puts it at the bottom of the deck. It doesn't shuffle back in. It puts it at the bottom, so you will never see that card again unless you tutor it out. And putting a card at the bottom of the deck and then tutoring it later, it's kind of counterproductive. You want to avoid it if possible. Okay. Oh my god, 7:30? I think if I'm gonna need, I guess I might need it for Sabbath, but I mean, there's not like much good stuff in my graveyard anyway, so I am going to decree for Oriana to win the round. Sucks not having Oriana for later, but Skellige can also often remove Oriana. Later.
You need people like me.
Yeah, Bard. That's exactly why I always thought competitive Gwent seems like a thing for masochists. These decks also usually play Erendite, so maybe that's why he left. They don't usually have veils. Oh. It's a good thing we won round 1. If he bled us like this, we would be so screwed. Whew. What a hand. But do I play defender? Oh, I don't want him to like just start discarding stuff freely without worrying about what I'm doing. But I can only play 1 card. Yeah, I'm thinking, buddy. So I don't know if this was the right play, but in my head, if I draw Sabbath, I want to be able to get Oriana. And so, see how Necromancy gives us Doom? It makes it so that it won't come out. Or it won't be in the graveyard when I Sabbath. Yes, so I can Sabbath background. I'm not gonna Sabbath here. Like, first of all, I don't have Sabbath. Second of all, I don't know if I'm gonna get Sabbath. I would like to apply bleed to grow my Regis, but I also don't have Regis. And my Onira got squirreled. Yeah. Yep. I mean, even if I get 1 Necrorat, I'm fine. But I would really want to get Oriana, my Sabbath.
Oh, how wonderful! You speak our tongue.
Okay. This is very, very... Oof. Oh, come the fuck on. Okay, we should not have played the Necromancy, because at least we could have Megascoped Necrorats and Garcanes and shit. Given our situation, we're gonna go and put Curse Scroll back in the deck. This is very greedy. But in the meantime, since we don't have Flutters to buff anyway, we're just gonna play no units. Why give him targets? Make him think we're about to Sabbath. Hjalmar can banish any unit, right? Not just bronzes. I don't want to Megascope this yet. It will let him know that I have no units.
I can do a great deal more for you.
At least we drew the Regis, so that's something. Maybe we just do this and immediately leader so he doesn't notice. He's down to 3 cards now. Is Compass 3 cards or less, or is it less than 3 cards? It doesn't matter. He's doing anything. Problem is now my Megascopes are 0 points. Well, not really, because once I Blood Scent the 3rd time, they'll be good. I don't think he's gonna play anything that's bigger than a 6, really. I mean, maybe a Bear Witcher, but I'm also running out of cards to play. I need to protect the Ekimara that spawns when I use my 3rd leader. So I'm gonna play it, and then, because that's what I'm gonna Megascope. I'm gonna play it and then Defender protect it. Yeah, losing the scroll sucks, but like, I valued it for the sneakiness. Nice June out there. I mean, he's still gonna like smork us at some point. But people who see this don't think, oh my god, he has 2 Megascopes in his hand. I better kill that Ekimara right away. Again, he's got like 9 damage here, so if I play Elder, he would just leader 3 times and wipe my board. So I can't do that yet. This existing means I can Feast of Blood, but I didn't want to Feast of Blood and have him immediately delete this with like a Bear Witcher or something. I mean, it's not that close. This game's pretty hopeless, but desperate times, desperate measures. Like, we also missed Incubus, for the record. Like, we missed these 3 things. They're very important cards. And we drew this twice and this shit twice, and you know. Because Incubus, I would have just grabbed a Nekorat and given him like a Skirmisher. And then I could have Sabbath back row for Oriana and 2 Arcanes. It would have been, you know, in business. So we have 2 turns until we have to, well, actually no, I can. This just has to be played before last card, but it can't be the last card. This has to be played now because he's got 3 cards left. I'm not gonna use it on this because when he clicks it, it takes 4 damage and can invalidate your yeah, that's what we're doing. He, like, there's no way he thinks to himself, dude has a 2nd Megascope, I better wipe his board. Right? Like, this is 19 points right now. It will be, by the time we play it, it will be 22 points. And this is 6, plus maybe 2. So, 20. That sucked. How big was that Iron Die? 12? Thanks.
Who wants to taste Gallagher steel?
I mean, he just runs out of cards. He has to play stuff. But, if he's got the Rupture Boy left, playing Regis is bad. Otherwise, I would play Regis. Because if I play, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Elder either does nothing or... He might be able to have 2 Megascopes now. True. So, like... Elder played for negative points there. If I played Regis, he would have He would have leadered 3 times, get it to 6 and muzzled anyway. So yeah, I guess Elder was better. Maybe discarding Elder was better. Because Elder just did like -6 plus 2 damage. If I discard Elder, if he has 6 less, I still lose. And now we come in here and we... Yeah. So, I mean, follow that kind of thinking, and if you have 1 flutter, you can still win the game. Potentially, right? You just gotta be a little crafty.